Manufacturing is a major driver of the U.S. economy. It represents 11% of the gross domestic product and 9% of total employment. Since 2000, 5 million manufacturing jobs have been lost due to automation and improved technology. Today, U.S. manufacturing is growing, but finding employees with the right skills to meet the demand has been a challenge.
We're looking in every nook and cranny we can to find people.
Dennis Slater is the president of the Association of Equipment Manufacturers. He predicts a gap of 2 million manufacturing jobs on the horizon, but worries that actual hiring won't keep up. It's nice to have you. Thanks for
Well, it's good to be here today.
Thank you. So AEM, American Equipment Manufacturers, describe for me what kind of industry specifically do you represent?
Yeah, we work primarily in industries of construction, agriculture, forestry, mining, and utility.
And as you look at some of the hiring numbers, which seems to be remaining pretty flat, versus job opening numbers, which seems to be climbing and climbing and climbing, can you explain that gap?
Yeah, what's happened out there really is the fact that there's been a lot of growth in our industry. So manufacturing is really flourishing in the U.S. But I think the problem we have is that we're not attracting the talent to it. So there's been creating this skills gap out there. And it's a little bit frustrating because the jobs are there, and they're there for growth for communities, yet we're not getting people into these jobs.
Do you think some of the issue is just the PR, if you will, around it? People think of factory work very differently than it actually is today?
Right, they think of that dangerous and dirty, right? And it's something that you do the same thing every day. And the reality is today with robotics and the need to be efficient, these manufacturers have created a whole new manufacturing facility and jobs that are very stable, but also demand a lot of their employees.
So when you look at opportunities, is it really mostly for young people? Is it all about strategizing how in middle school and in high school you start telling a kid that a factory job is actually more like a tech job than a making widgets with your hand job today?
I think you have to reach kids when they're younger to let them understand the fact that if you go out there and see a factory and see the jobs that are offered there, you might consider it.
And are they saying I should go to college because there's pressure to go to college? Is that part of it, that there's a sense that everybody needs to go to a four-year college?
I think there's that path that you're told that when growing up, that would be the easiest thing to do, is you're expected to go to college first. And if you can't make that work, maybe do this.
What are the skills that are lacking?
You know, I think part of it is problem solving, math skills. But again, it's having a student who can come there and be able to work on things. So in the regular high schools today, you don't have the machinery that they have in a factory. So if you even go to a tech course, the machinery could be 30 years old. So a lot of our manufacturers are actually going to the tech schools and high schools too, and putting their machines into the school and saying, you know what, we will pay for this. We will help you do this, because we're learning that recruitment is local for manufacturing.
Do you have money to retrain adults? Plenty of adults need work or are underemployed in this environment.
Yeah, and most states do offer programs. So and our manufacturers do take advantage of that. But I think still we have companies that will have 100 openings. And that's kind of frustrating to wonder, is 100 openings in a community that has people looking for jobs, why aren't they connecting these two parts together?
And what's the answer to that? That's a great question. So answer that question.
Yeah, I think if you look at the community, you got to reach out and make them understand the job. We have engineers designing machines. And by the way, this factory builds this thing that helps the whole country or helps the world or helps the economy. And once you start understanding that, I said, you know what, that's kind of cool. I can design something that builds something or grows something. And then I think you have a whole different look at things.
Why has American manufacturing come back?
Well, I think what happened was during the recession, and also the fact that it is more expensive to produce things in the U.S. So the manufacturers that survived had to be more efficient. They had to really make a better product. And by doing that, they were forced to go to robotics. But as they get efficient, they grow. And as they grow, they need employees again. And that group that helped them do this, they're getting ready to retire now. So we're looking at probably in manufacturing 2 million jobs that could become available. And what could hurt the economy more than having your fuel from manufacturing suddenly be out of 2 million jobs?
Dennis Slater, nice to have you. Thanks so much.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Appreciate it.